are speaking out in ways that I didn't think they would. And there are people who are speaking out in such a way that I am very surprised still. It appears that Marjorie Taylor Greene is under attack. Now, this is quite interesting considering that after October 7th, Marjorie Taylor Greene was very pro-Israel. She was one of the people that criticized the pro-Palestinian protesters that showed up at Capitol Hill. Never forget that. We covered that on the show. And now she is one of the people that is speaking out against Israel, and she is calling it a genocide. And because of that, now AIPAC is after her. Now, apparently, Marjorie Taylor Greene is one of those people that really did want an America first. Let's check out this clip from her here. She is pissed.
Tell you what, 6 months in, Steve, and here we are turning back on the campaign promises, and we bombed Iran on behalf of Israel. Yes, it was on behalf of Israel. We're entering a nuclear war, the World War III, because the entire world is going to erupt. And you want to know the people that are cheering it on right now? Their tune is going to drastically change the minute we start seeing flag draped coffins on the nightly news, on Fox News that brainwashes all the baby boomers, and on CNN that brainwashes all the Democrat baby boomers. And that is exactly how this is going to go down. Tell you
what is happening here, ladies and gents? I'm telling you, sometimes I feel like we live in an episode of The Twilight Zone. She's calling out at the end there. She's calling out Fox News and CNN News. But she's right that, yes, the U.S. did attack Iran on behalf of Israel. And apparently it appears that Marjorie Taylor Greene has said a little bit too much, at least as far as AIPAC is concerned, because they are now after her and apparently want to go after her seat here. Now, she posted this on X. AIPAC is sending fundraising emails attacking me for saying the most truthful and easiest thing to say, that October 7th in Israel was horrific and all hostages must be returned. But so is the genocide, humanitarian crisis, and starvation happening in Gaza. Here's the thing. She's not even saying that Hamas had the right to resist under international law. She's not even going to that extent. But she is calling it a genocide. And now I think that's what they really have a problem with, right? So she went on to say this, well, this is the sign on the door of my front office. I think the truth is AIPAC doesn't like it because I unapologetically represent America. Here's that picture she's referring to here. The door of her office says no foreign lobbying. If you enter this office seeking funds on behalf of a foreign nation, you may be in violation of 22 U.S. Code 611-62, Foreign Agents Registration Act, America First. Now, this is coming from Marjorie Taylor Greene. Kudos to her for taking this position. I think the only one kind of taking this position in Congress along with her is Thomas Massie. The rest of her comrades there, no. It just, like, I don't know what to say. One of the things that is driving me crazy is that Marjorie Taylor Greene will call it a genocide, but Bernie Sanders will not. That's the thing to me that really drives me crazy. So she's not afraid to stand up here. Now, she doesn't get off the hook, though, because we're going to show you something. That's why people are asking, is this karma? Now, Azad Jalani, journalist here, he said AIPAC's fundraising email about Marjorie Taylor Greene is like, you expect this from Muslims, but not from MTG. Let's take a look at it, guys. See, kind of giving away the game. AIPAC fears losing middle America the most, and they are. So here is a piece of that email. You expect anti-Israel smears from Rashida Tlaib and Ilhan Omar, the group said. But now Marjorie Taylor Greene has joined their ranks, spouting the same vile rhetoric and voting against the U.S.-Israel alliance. And this is where I say, when we talk about new parties, this is where I say, imagine if those people whether it's Marjorie Taylor Greene, Thomas Massey, whether it's Rashida Tlaib, Ilhan Omar, what if those people all came together and had a separate party? Now, I know some people say that's crazy, that's wild, that would never happen, and da da da. Maybe, I don't know. But it's obvious that you have people, you have Congress members from both parties that the establishment is having issues with. And yes, I do consider AIPAC to be part of the establishment as well with the ADL. So things are happening here, folks. And I'll be honest with you, after she came after the pro-Palestinian protesters after October 7th, if you would have told me, wait for it, Sabby, Marjorie Taylor Greene is going to speak out against Israel later on, I would have never believed it. Never believed it. I expected from Rashida Tlaib, I expected from Ilhan Omar, I expect for them to speak out against these things. I did not expect it coming from her. So that has been the item that was not on my bingo card for this year. So it seems like Marjorie Taylor Greene wants to unleash the Kraken. And apparently Mark Levin and his crazy ass is after Marjorie Taylor Greene because of this. He's coming after her now. Told you they don't just come after Democrats. They come after anybody that's speaking out against Israel. She said, Fox News host Mark Levin is a raging psychopath. He is attacking me, lying about me, and even worse in comments in his own post calling Christians bigots and says I should go to prison. All because I am unapologetically America first and unapologetically fighting for my children's generation. Ever since I called for a recorded vote on my amendments to defund U.S. taxpayer money to Israel and the other foreign countries' foreign aid, Mark Levin has rabidly been attacking me. And then the attacks started from AIPAC. Do you see a pattern? Fox News host Mark Levin, once hateful never Trumper, a once hateful never Trumper, is 100% Israel first and America last. And she's referring to this post here where it says from Rebecca Dopp, MTG is speaking to my concerns as an American. You are not. It's that simple. I'm a Christian. Christ is king. And Mark Levin responded to Rebecca and said, you're a bigot. B Tell Truth said MTG 2028. Mark Levin says prison. So we all know Mark Levin is pro-Israel and he's there to pretty much protect Israel, right? So notice how this guy who was going after like people like Rashida Tlaib and Ilhan Omar, notice how now he's turning his attention towards Marjorie Taylor Greene, even though they're both conservative. When Israel is mentioned, that is the change agent. That's the change agent. Now, Marjorie Taylor Greene has been appearing on Matt Gaetz' show, and this is some crazy things that are coming out now. Matt Gaetz has some things to say as well as what happened to him when he was in Congress. But I want you to hear what she said here about how she signed up to be America first, not Israel first, not any other country first. And she's just not falling for it. She's not buying it. When people say, well, it is America first if you're Israel first, because Israel represents our interests in the Middle East. Yeah, you know, tell that to people that represent districts or live in districts where the homelessness rate continues to increase, where the unemployment rate continues to increase. I told you guys, Boston, Massachusetts sends $10 million a year to Israel. But we got all these homeless people out on the street. People can't afford their apartments. So listen to what she said here to Matt Gaetz.
The reason I invited you on is because I think you really diagnose things well ahead of time. And you are concerned about the Republican Party betraying some of the values of America First that President Trump ran on and that you've really been a standard bearer for in the House of Representatives. And in lieu of that, we got to talk about AIPAC attacking you, sending out fundraising emails saying that you are not acting in the interests of our country. Marjorie Taylor Greene, your reaction to AIPAC's fundraising emails attacking you?
Yeah, Matt, I'll go ahead and be straight and honest about this. I'm absolutely furious. And as a matter of fact, AIPAC needs to register as a foreign lobbyist because they're breaking U.S. laws by donating to members of Congress and by taking them on a fully funded trip to Israel every single freshman member of Congress's year. They just took them over just recently and had them meet with the Prime Minister of Israel. But let's frame that correctly. They take them over to meet with the secular government of nuclear-armed Israel. Israel, who is in less than $400 billion in debt. Israel, who has taxpayer-funded healthcare and college. Israel is not hurting, and they've already proven that they are more than capable of not only defending themselves, but annihilating their enemies to the point of genocide. And that's what's happening in Gaza. And Matt, the reason why AIPAC is attacking me is because I dared to tell the truth. Well, Matt, you and I are good friends. We served together in Congress, and you know that I have taken zero money from AIPAC. As a matter of fact, I am so unapologetically American. I have a sign on the door of my office that tells all lobbyists, foreign lobbyists, to stay out of my office and that they have to follow the law. They have to follow the law and register as a foreign lobbyist and be clear about what country they represent, because I represent America. As a matter of fact, I've been saying America first for a long time, but I'm getting to the point of saying America only. And I'll tell you why, Matt. It's because pretty much if you're under the age of 40, you have no hope for the future. We're $37 trillion in debt. People can't afford to buy a house. They can't afford rent. They can't afford insurance. They can't afford their bills. And we have HB1 visas stealing all these American jobs. And I'm sick and tired and fed up with it. So if AIPAC, who donates, by the way, to more Democrats than Republicans, as a matter of fact, they're all for Democrats, but they do donate to Republicans as well. But listen, if AIPAC wants to come after me and accuse me of betraying my American values, AIPAC, you know what? You can bring it on.
This is why, and I know, where did it go? Lee said, Jesus, she sounds like Bernie. What is happening? What is going on? Like I told you, this was not on my bingo card for this year at all. I could have never predicted this, never in a million years. So I don't know, but they pissed her off really badly. And that just goes to tell you something, guys. Obviously, she is conservative, right? And she has said multiple times that she is a Christian, etc. If she can sit up there and call it a genocide, that tells you that her colleagues in the GOP in the House can do the same thing. Can do the same thing, but they're not going to, because most of them take money either from AIPAC or from Kufi. It's not just AIPAC. There's also Kufi. And on the Democrat side, you got a lot of people that take lobby interest money from J Street. By the way, J Street still won't go as far as to call it a genocide either. And this is where people are getting shook, because I feel I said unleash the Kraken, because people are shaking over here like, how is it that she can call it a genocide, but Bernie Sanders will not? What is happening? What is going on? Let's continue on a little bit here.
Totally ready for this. And this is a fight that I will fight, and I will give it my all. And I can guarantee you, you're going to lose, because America is fed up, Matt. They're fed up to here with funding foreign wars, funding foreign causes, funding foreign countries for foreign reasons that have nothing to do with Americans, while Americans work their ass off every day and pay their taxes and come home and they're living paycheck to paycheck and their credit cards are maxed out. I don't care anymore. I honestly don't care. So I'll burn this bridge to the ground, and I will let the flames light the way. And because this is a fight that needs to happen.
She said, I will burn this bridge to the ground. Someone said, how did this happen, Ruben? I don't know. I do not know. Maybe it's because, I don't know. You know, she went on TYT. Does everybody remember? This wasn't too long ago. Marjorie Taylor Greene went on TYT and had the interview with Cenk. I don't know if it was this conversation with, I don't know what happened, but she went from I'm America first to now she's saying, I don't care. We can burn this to the ground. Something is happening here. And part of me wonders, like, maybe she's going to try to run for something bigger. Let me tell you something, folks, as someone who lived down south, okay? I know I'm in Massachusetts now and I've been here for quite a while, but my fam and a lot of my close buds are still down south, okay? Let me tell you something about Southern women. Southern women can be as sweet and as nice as you would expect. But if you piss one of them off, if you piss one of them off, good luck. I can say it's just like, good luck. When you start hearing them say things like, I will burn this to the ground, good luck. Don't, it is the Southern women that even the Christian Southern women, you piss them off if they start speaking to you in that way, or if they start cussing you out in public, just don't, no. Mouse said, you better run. It's the Southern women. I remember I would see it, like if I was in the store, especially when I worked retail, when I was in the store, if you saw a Southern mom turn around and say to her kid, you say it one more time and we'll walk out of here and I'll make sure you get nothing out of this store. Say it again. Oh, it's like, it is you do not want to piss Southern women off. However, the Matt Gaetz parts is also pretty creepy too, because Matt Gaetz has been saying a lot more now that he is no longer in Congress. And wait till you hear what he said about his experience with AIPAC one time when he was on a trip. This is creepy.
I went on that AIPAC trip. I went on subsequent trips, and there is an actual downward pressure from the leadership and even the committee chairs. Like if you're on the Foreign Affairs Committee, if you're on the Armed Services Committee, if you're on the Intelligence Committee, there's like an expectation that you go there in some sort of like, I don't know, congressional Hodge. And I remember being I'll never go back. I was at the King David Hotel, and I rolled back to my room unexpectedly when the rest of the group was still on some planned activity. And there was some dude in my room. I'm like, hey, man, what are you doing here? And he acted like he was associated with the hotel and taking an inventory, but had no clipboard. And so, yeah, there's a lot of reasons why they want members of Congress over there. And it is ideologically to steep them in this notion that the protection of Israel is of great import to people in America. But it's really not that important to voters. And that is becoming more clear on the right and left. I went on.
So that's creepy. Like, and this video has been making the rounds on social media where Matt Gaetz tells you, yeah, there was an AIPAC person like in my hotel room. That is thirsty as hell. That's how thirsty they are. How badly they want to make sure that they sick their claws into you while they can. And it's just absolutely disgusting. Matt Gaetz went on to say, this absolutely happened. I explained these events to my family in case something went awry with me. I reported this to my committee leadership at the time and was told it was regular and I should never leave anything meaningful in my hotel room abroad as a member of Congress. So that was Matt Gaetz responding to the video that I just showed you. Now, here's the thing. Some people are looking at Marjorie Taylor Greene and they're calling it karma. Like Nick, for example, from my comrade Nick from RBN, he said, some of you MFs are giving Marjorie Taylor Greene way too much credit. She's genocidal Zionist scum like the rest of them. And he's going back to, this is what I was talking about. In 2023, this is October 2023, October 16th-ish, the Palestinian lives and Israel genocide narrative is the new Black Lives Matter. This was from Marjorie Taylor Greene. And the Hamas caucus is starting it now. They have voted every time for funding war in Ukraine, but now we're calling for peace in Gaza. But make no mistake, they are pro-Hamas and against Israel. This was Marjorie Taylor Greene. And that is why, see, she was calling AOC, Cori Bush, and Ilhan Omar the Hamas caucus. That is why I said, if you would have told me back then that she would be calling out Israel later on, I wouldn't have believed it. I would not have believed it. So somehow they have managed to piss her off. And by the way, she said that under Biden's administration. She was still pro-Israel under Biden's administration. Now, under Trump's administration, which is the presidential candidate that she supported and advocated for, Now she's calling out Israel. So it's weird. It's almost like you would have expected her to call them out under the Democrat administration, but not under the Trump administration. But no, she's calling it out now. So I don't know, honey, but I will tell you this. She pulled the opposite of a toast. She said, I will burn this down. It's almost like I said, unleash the Kraken. So either, I wonder if she's going to try to run for something else. But long story short, AIPAC is coming for her seat. Yeah, they don't just go after Democrats. They'll go after Republicans too. Crazy times, folks. Crazy, crazy times. Hey guys, this was a Sabby clip. If you like what you saw, hit that like button and subscribe.